President John Dramani Mahama has appointed Dr. Albert Brown Gazy as the new Chief Fire Officer of the Ghana National Fire Service. He takes over from the acting Chief Fire Officer, Brigadier General John Bosco Guyiri, who has been asked to proceed on his compulsory retirement. The country experienced 478 incidences of fire disasters nationwide in 2013, affecting 11,766 persons. The cost of damage of the fires, which included some markets in the cities, was estimated at over 15 million Ghana cedis. On phone now is Dr. Albert Brown Gazy, the new Chief Fire Officer, Ghana National Fire Service. Thank you, sir, for your time here on News Today.
Thank you very much.
And congratulations on your new appointment.
Thank you very much.
You have been appointed Fire Officer for some time, actually the Deputy Fire Officer for some time now. What new things are you bringing on board?
Can you please speak a bit loud? The line.
Okay, so I am asking, you have been the Deputy Fire Officer for some time now.
Yes.
Now that you've been made the main man, what new thing are you bringing on board?
Well, I would just have to say that let me take this opportunity to express my gratitude to His Excellency the President of the Government of Ghana for this opportunity. I would say that it's an opportunity to glorify God and to glorify the country for this trust. I'm going to continue what my predecessor had done, in terms of ensuring that the fire prevention, precaution, and protection measures of this country are regarded. It's all to and focus towards fire management in this country. It is too early to outline some of the initiatives, tactical operations that will take in place. Hello?
Hello, sir, I'm here.
Yes. So, as time goes on, we will unfold strategic and tactical and operational plans for the service. The focus now will be from now to the end of the year, that is the festivity period, what they can do to minimize the occurrence of fire within this period time period. That is going to be our focus. And we will come out with the appropriate plans to the regional commanders, the metropolitan commanders, the regional commanders, and the district commanders of what they need to do to contain any emergency within this period time period. So that is going to be our focus for now. And as time goes on, we can unfold some of the plans that we have to do here.
One thing we would also like to find out is implementation of fire reports, especially by district assemblies, have not really been forthcoming. What will be the collaboration with the districts in that regard?
So collaboration is very essential if you want to adopt effective fire management. You need the role and support of other agencies like the police, the national water company, electricity company, factors association, water tankers association, the assembly. All of them are equally important when it comes to collaboration. So I would say that at various levels, each command will have a role to play. And these are some of the measures we will be taking within this year till the end of the year in terms of the strategies that we put on the ground to collaborate and ensure that if any emergency that occurs, the modus operandi, what we need to put in place, will be implemented to take that situation.
All right, thank you, sir. We have been talking to Dr. Albert Brown Gazy. He is the new Chief Fire Officer of the Ghana National Fire Service. He's just taken up his position, and so we wish him the best. We look forward to more effective fire implementations being adhered to. The Bank of Ghana on Tuesday donated a bus to students of Multi-Kid School, an inclusive school offering education for regular students as well as students with special needs. This gesture, the school says, will mostly help solve some of their pending problems.
Kids and staff of Multi-Kid School getting the bus was like a dream come true as they cheer on, singing in appreciation for their new bus. A request was made by the school to the bank. After a series of investigations by the Bank of Ghana, the school was on Tuesday presented with a 33-seater bus to help in its development. An official from the bank recounts the need for the bus.
From the management and staff of Multi Kids Academy for assistance. Among the things they requested was a school bus. And so management thought it wise that we should present a brand new bus. We went around the market and we got this 33-seater bus for the school.
The head of school, Amanda Badge, expressed appreciation to the bank for the support.
This bus has come as a big birthday present for us. It's not just our 5th birthday, but 5 years of inclusion. So we started with our clear vision that we would be an inclusive school. And that has its own challenges. As you know, many people in Ghana have a strong, there's a lot of stigma against people with disability. Very, very pleased. And even the colours of the bus are just our colours. I don't know if you've seen our flag, but pretty much it's just missing the green. So I even asked them, did you paint this specially? And they said no. So somehow I think it's meant to be our bus. It's just perfect. It's just perfect.
On the 31st of December every year, most Christians somehow find their way to church. After the last day of the year 2014, will Ghana remain the same? Will she get better or worse? Seiram Abla D'Souza once again spoke to some men of God about what the future holds for 2015 in Ghana.
Is with us. He will help us. He will give us leaders that have great integrity and that love this nation. He'll give us an understanding of things that will help this nation. He'll give us people that love to lay down their lives and fight for this nation. And we ourselves will become people that love Ghana. Yenara Sasini, Eyabodinding, Emayeng.
Whatever you believe in it, you are attracted to it. So if we don't believe that Ghana will see civil war or any wars or any sickness, it will not come to pass.
As a matter of fact, next year is going to be a great year, and it's going to be a very wonderful year for each and every individual, but we all have to always be careful, because every year, as a matter of fact, is going to be the same based on how you move your life and how you depend your life and how you plan your life. Because if you keep on praying without planning your life, you will fail. But if you plan well and also with the help of God or what you believe in, you move forward.
There is hope for Ghana. It doesn't matter what we've been through. We've been through worse. We've been through very difficult situations. But there is something about the Ghanaian. Generally, we believe in God, we love God, and we pray. And because of these factors, I know God is going to see us through.
I believe this 31st crossover is really a tradition. And, you know, in Ghana, we have so many traditions. People believe that they shouldn't go to the forest at certain times. They should go to the riverside at certain times. These are our traditions. We came and we learned it. Our parents taught us, and we believe that when we go there, we see monsters and other things. So it has been a norm, a tradition that 31st go, scream to God, pray for anointing, and they're happy. But they enter and they don't say it because it's a tradition. But I believe that when you are really a child of God, you need to break traditions. 2015, God is going to remember us and do something great in our lives. We've seen that this particular year has been a year. We've seen a lot of deaths because of this Ebola outbreak, and it really affected the economy of different nations, especially in Africa. You see a country like Sierra Leone, you know, they were really coming up, but all of a sudden, most of the companies and most of the investors, they just ran away because of the Ebola. So we believe that right now that everything is going down there, different countries are going to move forward, and everything that impacts the economy impacts the people also in that country.
Welcome back. The rate at which the prices of goods and services change in Ghana has hit 17% for the month of November, the highest in the last 4 years. This was announced by the Ghana Statistical Service on Wednesday. The 17% is, however, just a marginal increase from the October of 16.9%. The rate at which the prices of goods rose in November was just about 0.1%, increasing from 6.5% to 6.6%. The average price of vegetables declined by about 5.5%, but the overall food inflation was driven by coffee, tea, and cocoa, which recorded inflation rate of 20.5%. September inflation was at 16.50%, showing a continuous rise of the country's inflation for several months. The non-food inflation was flat at 24.1%, same as in October. The central region recorded the highest rate of inflation at 19.5%, while the upper west region recorded the lowest at 13.1%. The Greater Accra region recorded an inflation rate of 16.3% in the month of November. In terms of the imported items in Ghana, inflation hit 24.2%. Locally produced items recorded an inflation rate of 14.4%. I have been joined online by Dr. John Gachi. He is Chartered Economist and a Senior Lecturer at the University of Cape Coast Business School. Hello, Doc. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you, too, and good afternoon.
Hello, Doctor. Yes, so inflation jumps marginally from 16.9% in October to 17% in November. Though marginal, are you surprised by the jump?
No, I'm not so surprised about that, because over the years, especially the greater portion of 2014, inflation has largely been influenced by non-food price inflation, which is actually taking input from depreciation of the currency. So now that we have some stability in the level of depreciation in the country, that has actually contributed to a flat inflation coming from non-food price inflation. So that was not surprising at all. In addition to that, over the past 3 months, we had some reduction in fuel prices, and at the same time, some marginal increase, which has actually balanced off, which also means that we do not have so much pass-through effect from transport fare, from increase in fuel prices that should be factored into non-food price inflation. So that is why I was not surprised about the new marginal increase in inflation.
So you rather think we are even fortunate at the increase? It could have been more.
Yes. The point I'm making is that over the month, non-food price inflation have been contributing more to the level of inflation. And now that aspect seems to be somehow stable, it has influenced the lower increase in inflation in the country, which means that if the managers of the economy want inflation target to be achieved in 2015, a lot of efforts to be directed towards managing the energy issues. A lot of efforts should be directed towards managing a stable inflation, stable currency. It is only then that we will have a marginal influence of the non-food price inflation, which will keep inflation to the target that has been set for 2015. That is the picture. And the other picture is inflation should not be fought as a single project. You will see that if we perform very well in agriculture productivity, that will have effect on inflation. And if we have a stable energy front, that will also have effect on inflation. I think that's the key lesson that the managers of the economy have to learn quickly as we go forward.
The Bank of Ghana on November 7 actually increased the prime rate from 19 to 21%, citing among other factors as taming inflation. Will this be helpful in any way? Are we going to see drop in inflation in December and January?
It depends on how December inflation will look like and how January inflation will look like. Even though we are practicing inflation targeting, it it is not only inflation level that determines whether a policy rate should be changed or not. There are other factors, as the Monetary Policy Committee have been indicating over and over: revenue mobilization, expenditure outturn, and the general risk in the Ghanaian economy, the debt level, how we are managing deficit. All these things put together will direct whether the policy rate should change or should remain the same. So it is too early for us to be focusing on the policy rate. But the picture with this inflation rate is very clear. If we focus more on producing those things that we can produce in the area of agriculture, we are contributing to managing inflation. If we are able to bring about efficiency in energy situation in the country, that will contribute hugely to managing inflation in the country. These are the two important lessons that ought to be learned, and learned very well.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Gachi. Dr. Gachi has been talking us through our expectations concerning our rates, our increases and our decreases. Well, we are hopeful that we won't have more increases. The Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana is asking government to discontinue the collection of the special import levy, which has been increased from 1% to 2% and will be paid until 2017. The association is threatening to go to court to place an injunction on government if it goes ahead with the implementation of the special import levy. The Finance Ministry has successfully completed the first phase of the Ghana Integrated Financial Management Information System, and it's ready to take off with the second phase of the project. Finance Minister Seth Terkper, at a meeting with officials of the World Bank in Accra, indicated GIFMIS too will focus on improving the accounting element of ministries, departments and agencies' expenditure.
The meeting between the World Bank and the Finance Ministry was to take stock of GIFMIS 1 and strategize to ensure a smooth takeoff of the second phase in 2015. According to the Finance Ministry, GIFMIS 2 will focus on public financial management systems. The ministry says the second part of the project will ensure more transparency and accountability in the public sector following the success of GIFMIS 1.
In 2012, we started using a GIFMIS accounting system to process all government expenditures. As we speak now, almost all the governments, ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, non-MMDAs, and some MMDAs actually use the GIFMIS to process their accounting records. In the 2015 budget, which is before Parliament now, which has changed to program-based budgeting, we are using the GIFMIS budget system to pilot the estimates that the committees of Parliament will be using. But along the line, we have also started the human resource management system under the Public Services Commission. So that is another major achievement of the GIFMIS.
He also explained the ministry is looking at clearly differentiating HR and public systems to address payroll challenges.
In Ghana, we have tended to confuse the public accounting and HR systems. So what we are doing is to make that clean, separation, so that we have the Public Services Commission and the other services to put a system in place for HR. Because when a teacher is not paid, when a health worker is not paid, when somebody is promoted, or when somebody is on study leave, which is what we sometimes call ghost names, or somebody's name is inserted, or somebody retires, but the name is not removed. It's often because you don't have a very, robust human resource management system. We are moving to put that in place. And when we do that, then we can provide the information that is needed to the controller.
The World Bank has meanwhile commended Ghana for a successful implementation of the GIFMIS 1 and has further pledged to support government.